Joining me now is former White House press secretary for President Trump and NewsNation political contributor Sean Spicer, former Democratic advisor Dan Turrentine, and independent journalist Rachel Bade. They host the new YouTube show called The Huddle. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for being here. Sean, let me just start with you, because I know that you disagreed with Homeland Secretary Kristi Noem when she called Renee Good's actions domestic terrorism. You know, being from Oklahoma, when I think of domestic terrorism, I think of a Timothy McVeigh, right, with the Oklahoma City bombing. Is the administration overplaying its hand here?
I don't know that they're overplaying, but look, two things can be true at the same time. I don't think Renee Good went to that situation to harm anybody. But then again, I also don't know what's in her heart. But I can tell you from the evidence that I've seen, she wasn't there to harm anybody. But to Mills Hayes' reporting, she was there, like others, to disrupt. That's illegal. She parked her car in a way that was illegal. She tried to flee the scene. That's illegal after officers told her not to. So at the end of the day, when people put themselves in situations that are illegal, that there are bad things that can happen. It's unfortunate the way that this thing went out ultimately, but I don't think she went there to harm anybody. That being said, and this is why I think two things can be true at the same time, when she revved her engine and turned her wheel, the officer had the right to defend himself and believe that he was under attack. So the advice, the thing that I find so funny about this whole situation, Markie, is for some reason we can't look at the situation and agree on certain facts. I agree that it's unfortunate that it turned out the way that it did. But I think that other people on the left should also be able to agree that when you go to disrupt a legal, lawful operation and you jump in the middle of it, bad things can happen.
And Dan, let me just, piggyback off what Sean was just saying there. How do you think Democrats need to handle this moment and its messaging, right? And it seems like everybody is fighting fire with fire. How do you navigate that line between, okay, we're going to push back on the Trump administration on this one, but at the same time, don't vilify law enforcement over it who are out there doing their job? What say you on how Dems need to respond to this?
Yeah, it's a great point, Markie. We need to separate the personnel from the policy. As you were saying, we can object, as all Americans have the right to do, to policies from our federal or state government, and you have a right to protest. But what you can't do is interfere, as Sean said, with federal law enforcement or state. Here in New York City, I would be upset if the police were rushing to an emergency or engaging in an action and people were blocking them from doing so. And I think this idea of kind of it's okay to throw snowballs or to try to stop or harm the personnel. They're doing their job, just as they did under Barack Obama when he deported hundreds of thousands of people. So you have to respect law enforcement. You have to respect that personnel are simply doing their job, even if you dislike it, but also have the right to protest. And I think part of the problem is I don't think a lot of these ICE agents are trained to handle the crowds they're confronting. It's getting, hot. As Sean said, people are trying to defend themselves. Protesters snap. The agents snap. It's a combustible situation.
Rachel, the escalating clash between these federal agents and the protesters on the ground has prompted Secretary Noem to send in even more agents to Minneapolis. You've got Governor Tim Walz saying, OK, I've got the National Guard on standby then. What do you see as being the potential political fallout from all of this?
Yeah, it's a great question, Markie. We're starting to see it right here in Washington. I mean, overnight or just a few hours ago, we got news that lawmakers had to drop Department of Homeland Security funding from this sort of package they were supposed to vote on today because Democrats are already sort of saying, look, we need to reassess policy when it comes to ICE. There's already talk about defunding ICE. And it's sort of crazy for me to say this right now because just a few years ago, Democrats, by and large, agreed that this notion of defund ICE that was very hot and popular with the base was just political suicide, and that really hurt them politically. But we are starting to see the emergence of that, starting with this sort of appropriations discussion today and not being able to move appropriations bills through Congress. Reminder, we've got a deadline at the end of the month, a potential shutdown around the corner. And so one thing I'm going to be watching is to see if Democratic leaders follow this sort of fury we're seeing it with the base right now and demanding ICE officers can't cover their faces, that they want to defund certain things, that, you can't make certain arrests without a warrant. These are ideas that are sort of being tossed out on the left right now. And the politicization of this in Washington, it's only starting to heat up, Markie.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.